Well guys, it is now official. Mario Party Jamboree is out, which means we have one more game left for the year, which is Mario and Luigi Brothership. Yep, we're pretty much through the entire holiday lineup. Personally, my most looked forward to game was definitely Brothership, but trust me, I have a lot of fun content planned for Super Mario Party Jamboree. I just have to play it, because by the time this video is up, I literally just picked it up. But as we are getting even deeper into this month, of course, the question that's on everybody's mind still is what in the world is going on with Switch 2? We are now almost into the holiday season, I guess you could say. I guess it really starts around the beginning of November, all the way throughout the end of December. And the next couple of weeks are very big weeks, whether something happens or whether it doesn't. There's some things on Nintendo's schedule, but at the end of the day, this is Nintendo's last chance, in my eyes, to reveal the Nintendo Switch 2 before it's time to say 2025 it is, which is a dreaded 2-month wait on top of the long wait we've already been waiting. Of course, before we get started, a lot of you watching right now are not yet subscribed, so let's see how many people we can get to subscribe from this one video, especially with the hype of Mario Party right now just releasing. Of course, you're going to want to be here for a lot of fun content I have planned, but thank you guys so much for tuning in, and let's dive into this Switch 2 thing. So this is a chart I made at the very end of September, very beginning of October, and I pretty much made it my own little prediction if the Switch 2 was going to happen at all in October. These are the 2 weeks to look forward to, the week of the 8th through the 10th, or the week of the 22nd through the 24th. Let me remind everybody, I've already made a bet that it was going to be revealed in September, and I lost, and I still had to dress up as Tingle for Halloween this year, so I'm still getting that filmed and getting ready for that, so I'm not making any more bets anymore. I'm not making any more surefire guesses. This is just me guessing if it is going to happen at all in this month. These are the 2 weeks that make sense, and I'm already kind of feeling negative about this month anyways. I think mentally I'm just in 2025 because it's taking Nintendo so long to reveal the thing. I kind of have negative mindsets about this, I think, compared to everybody else. But that aside, obviously, we are now down to 1 week because the week of the 8th through the 10th is now over already. We are in the week of Mario Party Jamboree, and obviously there's not going to be a console reveal this week. I mean, the week's almost over and Mario Party Jamboree's out. But with that information, I think next week could be the last week, the last hope for anything to happen in 2024. Now, there's a very good chance there still could be something that week of Halloween. I just doubt it because Nintendo really never does anything on weeks of some type of holiday or some sort like that. So yeah, I'm actually leaving that out of the question. And then you could also say the very beginning of November, but it just doesn't seem likely to me. But why is this the last week that I believe Nintendo could show off Switch 2 for 2024, that is? And that's just because it's just messing with the holiday season to the point where I feel like it's a little too late to reveal a console. I am not a fan of people using the same excuse of, oh, Nintendo's not going to ruin this holiday season. I'm not a fan of that because I don't think it really matters that much when none of these games are considered really huge titles that have released recently. So I'm sorry, I just do not see that being the case. In fact, the only thing I can get behind is Nintendo not revealing something because they don't want to mess up the holiday season. So I don't think Nintendo's going to reveal something in the months of November or December and ruin, Switch 1 pack-in sales. For instance, there's a Mario Wonder Bundle they're not going to want to ruin, and also some other sales as they get ready for the big holiday jump. So yeah, I think this is the last time frame, and at least for me personally, and my brain and my sanity, I think if we pass next week, I'm immediately going to be on Team 2025. I mean, I'm already halfway there mentally. I just want this thing revealed, for crying out loud. We also have an investors meeting coming up for Nintendo's 6-month earnings, and that's coming up on November 5th. And Nintendo is not required to say anything about Switch 2 here. Nintendo's going to want to have to talk about something because this year has been relatively low for the company. I mean, we've already talked about them going like 70% lower in sales and also only selling like 2 million units in the fiscal year. And Nintendo even came out themselves and stated how they were surprised by the loss. And obviously, it really wasn't good if Nintendo felt like they had to post that image on Twitter about, hey, Switch 2 was going to be announced in the fiscal year, and was talking about the Nintendo Direct happening in June. I mean, for Nintendo to announce a Direct and a Switch 2 info drop soon was like crazy. In one tweet, that's how you knew that things were like a little shaky for the company during that time. Investors have been asking about the Switch 2 almost every single time they have one of these meetings, and Nintendo tells them over and over again they have nothing to share, or, it's in the works, or like, here's a small information about, hey, we're going to reveal some information later on about it. But, I mean, how long can Nintendo keep doing this? I mean, right now, their future is still very bleak. This year hasn't had a single Nintendo-developed game. It's all been second and third party developed, and even when you look at the horizon, there's still nothing coming out that's developed by Nintendo directly. I mean, obviously, the port of Donkey Kong Country Returns is being outsourced, and so is Metroid Prime 4, which is by Retro Studios, but that's kind of an external first-party Nintendo company, if you know what I mean. But anyways, enough about that. Yeah, the lineup doesn't look super exciting, as I am super excited for Mario & Luigi Jamboree. What's coming after is also just kind of bleak. We know nothing about Metroid Prime 4, really, and we don't even know when or where that's going to release. And we also don't really care about Donkey Kong Country Returns. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say that. Some people probably care. It's a great game, but man, it's a Wii game that got shoved to the 3DS that now is shoved to the Switch. It's just like, it doesn't end. And of course, we already got a Tropical Freeze port from the Wii U. We've been just waiting for a new Donkey Kong game. So yeah, this isn't anything super exciting, but it's coming in January. But man, Nintendo really is going to have to reveal something, because they just do not appeal to investors right now. And I don't know how people would want to invest in Nintendo with no information on the board. So there's a good chance that maybe Nintendo just waits for the investor meeting on the 5th of November and then announces, to the public on Twitter once again at 12 in the morning for some reason, hey, the Switch 2 will be revealed and shown off at this date next year, or this date in November or something. I don't know. It's hard to say, but naturally thinking, I think a lot of people think that there's got to be something revealed soon if they're going to want to appeal to investors. But I'm just like so tired of this Switch 2 talk. I don't even know what's going to happen at this point. As far as rumors go, I mean, there's only one right now on the board, and a lot of people are jumping to it, saying that is pretty much a confirmation. I don't think anyone knows what they're talking about right now with Switch 2, but I thought I'd mention this just because a lot of people brought it to my attention. But Dr. Sirkin Toto, which is actually a name that I've heard of a couple times in the past, has hinted at some games, and they've actually been revealed or released, or something's been revealed within like a week or two after he says something. And he also deletes the tweets, so that way, he's just all mysterious. But he's very vague with his leaks and rumors and stuff. He dropped a hint for the Breath of the Wild sequel to be coming out in 2022, and it actually did have a trailer come out a couple weeks later that stated 2022, but the problem is, yeah, eventually Nintendo changed it to 2023, but it was planned for 2022 at one point in time. But also like a week or so before the Zelda movie announcement, he said ZR 2023, alluding to a Zelda reveal for 2023, which obviously is the Zelda movie announcement that happened. And I will say, he only tweets like once or twice a year with something with Nintendo like this. It's very rare. It's not often. So I don't know. I'm just keeping my eyes on it and like a background thing. I'm not really expecting anything from anybody. So no, for those of you that are going to be in the comment section saying I said this and I said this about this person, no, don't trust anybody anymore. Just trust Nintendo and just wait. I'm just giving you some information about what's out there. And the last thing to keep your eyes peeled for is Nintendo is having that online playtest program thing very, very soon. In fact, it's happening, I believe, this upcoming Sunday, which is so strange that it's happening on a Sunday. And like I said, it just feels a little weird to be happening on a Sunday at the end of the week like that, almost as if something is happening the week after that. But we're just going to have to wait and see. For those of us that didn't get in and didn't get selected, of course, people are probably going to show stuff. Even though Nintendo is making people sign something that's like an NDA, people are still going to reveal stuff. Come on, man. They're leaking games already. Like, they're not going to reveal what they've been playing, especially if it's what people are thinking it could be with, like, GameCube games online, or maybe a new Miiverse type of thing, or just a revamp for Switch 2. Whatever it is, we'll know probably the second people are let into this thing. But guys, it all comes down to this. I think this is our last chance, and we have been waiting for this thing for so long. When it looked like we were going to get a big presentation in March, and it didn't happen. Then at September for a while, it looked like we were going to get a big presentation, and nothing happened. But now we are officially over halfway through October, and I do believe there's about 1 week left of hope for a 2024 reveal. Because also, something I didn't mention is if there is no reveal this year, I'm very positive that Switch 2 is indeed not launching until late summer, the earliest, maybe even holiday of 2025. And that just sounds like an absolute nightmare. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. This is our last chance to really speculate and predict, in my opinion. So let it go. Let me know everything that you have on your mind about Switch 2. What is your final thoughts? Are you team 2025 or are you team October still? Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.